It often starts with a quiet betrayal. The jar lid that refuses to budge. The full laundry basket that suddenly feels bolted to the floor. Or that sinking feeling when you reach for a grocery bag, and your own hand fails you, sending a carton of milk crashing to the linoleum. It's not just a clumsy moment, it's a warning. A sign that a silent thief is at work, stealing the very foundation of your independence, ounce by ounce, year after year. This thief has a name, sarcopenia. It's the medical term for age-related muscle loss. After age 50, you can lose up to 1% of your muscle mass every single year. That doesn't sound like much, but by the time you reach your 70s or 80s, you could have lost a third of the strength you had in your prime. This is why falls become more common, why recovery takes longer, and why everyday tasks can begin to feel like monumental challenges. We've been told the answer is to load up on protein, often from expensive powders that taste like chalk or endless plates of chicken and eggs. But this is only half the story. The fitness industry has created a billion-dollar empire selling complex solutions, but they've overlooked a powerful, almost forgotten truth. The secret to rebuilding and protecting your muscle isn't found in a specialized supplement shop, it's hidden in plain sight, scattered throughout your local grocery store. There are 7 foundational foods, what I call the 7 pillars of strength, that can halt this decline and even reverse it. These foods aren't exotic or expensive. In fact, most of them cost less than $1 per serving. The first pillar is perhaps the most misunderstood. It's likely sitting in your dairy aisle right now, often dismissed as a simple breakfast food or a diet snack. But inside its creamy texture lies a powerful, dual-action protein system that works for hours to feed and rebuild your aging muscles. The food I'm talking about is simple, plain Greek yogurt. Not the sugary, fruit-on-the-bottom kind, but the thick, tart, authentic original. To call it just yogurt is to do it a grave injustice. It is a precisely engineered muscle support system. A single cup delivers around 20 grams of high-quality protein, but the real secret lies in its 1-2 punch delivery. You see, the protein in Greek yogurt is composed of 2 distinct types, whey and casein. Think of them as a team. Whey protein is the sprinter, it absorbs rapidly, flooding your muscles with amino acids right after you eat, signaling them to start the repair and rebuilding process immediately. It's the spark that ignites the fire. But a spark alone isn't enough. That's where casein, the second protein, comes in. Casein is the marathon runner, it digests slowly, forming a gel in the stomach that releases a steady, slow drip of amino acids into your bloodstream for up to 7 hours. It's the slow-burning log that keeps the fire going all day, or all night. This combination is a game-changer for seniors. It means a single serving at breakfast can still be feeding your muscles well into the afternoon. But there's another secret weapon inside Greek yogurt, an amino acid called leucine. Think of leucine as the foreman on a construction site. It's the specific amino acid that gives the command, build. As we age, our muscles become resistant to this command. We need more leucine to flip the switch for muscle growth. Greek yogurt is packed with it, providing almost the exact amount needed to overcome this age-related resistance and force your body to build new muscle tissue. But all these direct muscle-building benefits are only half the reason it's our first pillar. Its most profound secret might be what it does for your gut, which, as science is now discovering, is directly connected to your muscles. But what if you could pair this muscle-building power with a natural, potent anti-inflammatory, a food that not only delivers more protein but also silences the chronic inflammation that makes muscles weak and joints ache? Our second pillar does exactly that, and it comes from the cold, deep waters of the ocean, packed in a humble tin can. This nutritional giant, hiding in a tiny tin, is the humble canned sardine. Now, before you wrinkle your nose, hear me out. For pennies on the dollar, sardines offer a collection of muscle-specific nutrients that you simply cannot find together in any other food on the planet. One small can packs an astonishing 23 grams of pristine, complete protein. But the protein is just the opening act. The real superstar nutrient in sardines is their rich supply of omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. When we think of omega-3s, we usually think of heart or brain health. But their effect on aging muscles is revolutionary. As we get older, our muscles become stubborn, a condition scientists call anabolic resistance. It means that even when you eat protein, your muscles don't respond as well as they used to. Omega-3s are the cure for this stubbornness. They make your muscle cell membranes more fluid and sensitive, essentially turning up the volume on your body's muscle-building signals. It's like giving a hearing aid to your muscles so they can finally hear the protein's instructions to grow. At the same time, these powerful fats wage a war against your body's silent enemy, chronic inflammation. Think of inflammation as a constant, low-grade fire smoldering in your system. This fire directly interferes with muscle repair and growth. Sardines act like a targeted fire extinguisher, quenching that inflammation and creating the perfect environment for your muscles to heal and strengthen. But the treasure inside this little can doesn't stop there. Sardines are one of the very few natural food sources of vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. A staggering number of seniors are deficient in vitamin D, and this is directly linked to muscle weakness and an increased risk of devastating falls. And because you eat the tiny, soft bones, you get a massive, highly absorbable dose of calcium, not just for your skeleton, but for the very mechanics of muscle contraction itself. Without calcium, your muscles simply cannot fire properly. So we have a dual-action protein from the dairy aisle and an anti-inflammatory powerhouse from the sea. But to stop here would be a critical error, a mistake many people make. They believe the answer to muscle health lies only in animal products. Our third pillar of strength comes not from the sea or the farm, but from the ancient soil. It's a humble legume that holds the key to improving your body's entire fuel system, making every gram of protein you eat more powerful. Our third pillar of strength is the humble lentil. For less than $2, a 1-pound bag of dried lentils provides more muscle-supporting nutrition than a dozen eggs, and it will sit patiently in your pantry for months. Now, the common myth is that you need animal protein to build serious muscle. That's an outdated idea. While it's true that lentils, on their own, are low in one amino acid called methionine, your brilliant body solves this problem automatically. Throughout the day, it pulls amino acids from everything you eat, a slice of toast here, a handful of nuts there, and builds complete proteins as needed. But the true power of lentils for senior muscle health isn't just their impressive 18 grams of protein per cooked cup, it's how they fundamentally improve your body's ability to use protein. Lentils are loaded with a unique type of carbohydrate called resistant starch. This starch doesn't get digested in your small intestine. Instead, it travels to your large intestine where it acts like a superfood for your good gut bacteria. More importantly, it dramatically improves your body's insulin sensitivity. Think of insulin as a key. When you eat, your body releases insulin to unlock the doors to your muscle cells, allowing nutrients like amino acids to get inside. As we age, the locks on these doors get rusty. This is called insulin resistance. It means that even if you're eating enough protein, much of it is left stranded outside your muscle cells, unable to get in and do its job. The resistant starch in lentils helps to clean those rusty locks. It makes your body more sensitive to insulin, ensuring that the protein you eat is efficiently shuttled into your muscles where it can be used for repair and growth. Furthermore, lentils are an absolute powerhouse of iron and folate. Iron is critical for creating the proteins that carry oxygen within your muscle tissue, preventing that feeling of fatigue and weakness. Folate is essential for protein metabolism itself. A deficiency in either, which is incredibly common in older adults, puts a hard ceiling on your body's ability to maintain muscle, no matter how much protein you consume. We have a fast and slow protein source, an anti-inflammatory powerhouse, and now a nutrient delivery optimizer. But what if you could combine the long-lasting protein of Greek yogurt with a nutrient that specifically counteracts muscle wasting during times of stress or illness? Our fourth pillar does just that, and it's another forgotten hero of the dairy case, one that is particularly powerful when eaten before bed. This nighttime muscle protector, this forgotten hero of the dairy case, is cottage cheese. For decades it was dismissed as bland diet food, but modern science has revealed its incredible power, especially for seniors. A single cup of cottage cheese delivers a massive 25 grams of protein, even more than Greek yogurt. And like its cousin, its power lies in the type of protein it contains. Cottage cheese is almost entirely composed of that slow-burning, marathon-running casein protein we talked about earlier. This makes it the single best food you can eat before bed to protect your muscles. Think about it, you're about to enter a 7 or 8 hour period of fasting while you sleep. This is also when your body does the majority of its repair work. By eating cottage cheese before bed, you are essentially deploying an overnight construction crew to your muscles. You're providing them with a continuous, slow drip supply of amino acids all night long, ensuring the repair process never runs out of raw materials. This simple habit can transform your sleep from a passive state into an active muscle-building period. But cottage cheese contains another secret weapon, a specialized amino acid called glutamine. Glutamine is the most abundant amino acid found in your muscle tissue. It's your body's primary reserve when under stress, whether that stress comes from an illness, an injury, or simply the daily grind of aging. When your body is stressed, it raids your muscles for glutamine, leading to muscle wasting. Cottage cheese is one of the richest natural sources of glutamine, effectively refilling your reserves each day. This not only protects your hard-earned muscle from being broken down but also provides a critical boost to your immune system. We've covered the major protein building blocks, but even the best construction crew is useless without its tools and power switches. Our fifth pillar of strength isn't a protein giant like cottage cheese. Instead, it's a tiny, unassuming seed that provides the essential minerals that orchestrate the entire muscle-building process. One of these minerals is directly linked to the very hormone that governs strength and vitality in both men and women, a hormone that tragically declines with age, and a mineral in which most seniors are chronically deficient. These tiny green powerhouses are pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas. And that critical mineral I mentioned, the one that governs the hormone of strength. That mineral is zinc, and pumpkin seeds are one of the richest plant-based sources you can find. Zinc is the master architect of muscle repair. While protein provides the bricks and mortar, zinc is the one drawing up the blueprints and giving the orders. It's essential for protein synthesis and cell growth. More importantly, zinc is a crucial building block for testosterone. While often thought of as a male hormone, both men and women need healthy testosterone levels to maintain muscle mass, energy, and bone density. As we age, these levels naturally decline, and a zinc deficiency, which is rampant among seniors, accelerates this decline dramatically. Adding a small handful of pumpkin seeds to your daily diet provides your body with the raw material it needs to optimize its natural hormone production, supporting strength from a foundational, hormonal level. But the treasures within pumpkin seeds don't stop there. They are arguably the single best food source on Earth for another critical mineral, magnesium. If calcium tells your muscles to contract, magnesium is the signal that tells them to relax. An astonishing number of older adults are deficient in magnesium, leading to those all too familiar nighttime leg cramps, muscle twitches, and a feeling of perpetual tension. Magnesium is the great muscle relaxer, allowing your muscles to release, recover, and repair after a day's activity. Finally, pumpkin seeds are packed with an amino acid called arginine, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a natural traffic controller for your circulatory system. It signals your blood vessels to relax and widen, improving blood flow. For your muscles, this means a more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients, and a faster removal of metabolic waste. It's like upgrading all the delivery highways to your muscle tissue. We now have the protein, the anti-inflammatories, and the mineral catalysts. But there's a missing piece of the puzzle: energy. Many diets mistakenly label carbohydrates as the enemy, but this is a dangerous misconception for muscle health. Our sixth pillar is an ancient seed, often mistaken for a grain, that provides not only a complete set of all 9 essential amino acids but also the high-quality fuel needed to power the entire muscle-building process. This ancient superfood, the perfect solution to the energy puzzle, is quinoa. Pronounced quinoa, this powerhouse was revered by the Incas as the mother of all grains. But here's the secret: it isn't a grain at all. It's a seed. And it accomplishes something that is incredibly rare in the entire plant kingdom. While most plant foods are missing 1 or more essential amino acids, quinoa provides all 9, making it a complete protein, just like meat, fish, or eggs. 1 cup of cooked quinoa delivers 8 grams of this complete protein. But its true magic lies in its partnership with its other main component, high-quality complex carbohydrates. Here's the crucial truth about muscle building that the low-carb craze gets wrong: protein cannot work alone. Think of it this way: The amino acids from protein are the workers sent to build and repair your muscles. But those workers need energy to do their job. The complex carbs in quinoa act as the perfect fuel source. They provide a slow, steady release of energy that powers the entire process of muscle protein synthesis, without the blood sugar spikes and crashes you'd get from simple carbs like white bread or sugar. Eating protein without these high-quality carbs is like sending a construction crew to a job site with no food for the day. They'll show up, but they won't have the energy to work effectively. Quinoa provides both the workers, complete protein, and the all-day catering, complex carbs, in one perfect package. But quinoa holds an even deeper secret. Scientists have discovered it contains unique plant compounds called ecdysteroids. While research is still emerging, preliminary studies suggest these compounds have natural anabolic effects, meaning they may actively support the body's muscle-building processes. It's a hidden benefit that makes quinoa more than just a source of protein and carbs. We've built a strong foundation, but our seventh and final pillar is perhaps the most nutritionally dense and efficient food on this entire list. It's a tiny seed from a famously misunderstood plant that provides not only a highly digestible complete protein but also a perfectly balanced fat profile that combats inflammation at its very source. This final secret is all about maximizing absorption and putting out the inflammatory fire for good. Our seventh and final pillar of strength comes from one of nature's most misunderstood and stigmatized plants. The food is hemp seeds, often sold as shelled hemp hearts. And no, they are not marijuana, they contain none of the psychoactive compounds and are perfectly safe and legal. What they do contain is arguably the most complete and balanced nutritional profile of any seed on Earth. A mere 3 tablespoons provides a staggering 10 grams of complete protein. But the true genius of hemp seeds lies in their fatty acid profile. Your body needs 2 types of essential fats, omega-6 and omega-3. Most modern diets are dangerously imbalanced, with far too much omega-6, which can promote inflammation, and not enough anti-inflammatory omega-3. This imbalance is like having a faulty switch in your body that is permanently stuck in the on position for inflammation. Hemp seeds have a naturally perfect 3-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3, the exact ratio that scientists believe is ideal for flipping that switch back to off and restoring balance. As if that weren't enough, hemp seeds contain a rare type of omega-6 called GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, which, unlike other omega-6, is a potent anti-inflammatory agent in its own right. It actively signals your body to calm down and reduce the chronic inflammation that sabotages muscle health. Finally, for seniors, perhaps the most important feature of hemp seeds is their digestibility. The protein in hemp seeds is incredibly bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and utilize about 95% of it. As our digestive systems become less efficient with age, many protein sources can be difficult to break down. Hemp hearts are gentle and efficient, ensuring the protein you eat actually gets delivered to your muscles. So there you have them, the 7 pillars of strength. Greek yogurt, sardines, lentils, cottage cheese, pumpkin seeds, quinoa, and hemp hearts. But simply having these powerful foods in your kitchen isn't enough. Their true power is unlocked when you combine them strategically. In the next part, we will move from the what to the how, revealing a simple daily template to turn these individual foods into a synergistic, 24/7 muscle support system. Knowing about these 7 foods is like having a garage full of high-performance engine parts. To actually build the engine, you need the blueprint. You need to know how the parts fit together. For muscle health, this blueprint comes down to 2 golden rules: protein timing and protein pacing. The first rule, protein timing, is about seizing a critical window of opportunity. After any form of physical activity, and I'm not just talking about a strenuous workout, but even a brisk walk, a session of gardening, or carrying in heavy groceries, your muscles are primed for repair. For a period of about 1 to 2 hours, they are like sponges, exceptionally receptive to absorbing amino acids and beginning the rebuilding process. Consuming a protein-rich meal or snack from our list during this golden window dramatically accelerates recovery and muscle growth. It's the difference between delivering construction materials to a site when the crew is ready and waiting, versus dropping them off in the middle of the night when no one is there. The second, and perhaps most important rule for seniors, is protein pacing. Scientific research has revealed a crucial threshold for older adults. To overcome that anabolic resistance we discussed, you need to consume at least 20 to 30 grams of protein in a single sitting to effectively flip the switch for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it like trying to push open a heavy, spring-loaded door. A small, gentle push won't budge it. You need to give it a firm, concerted shove to get it to swing open. Eating small amounts of protein throughout the day is like giving that door a series of gentle taps. It never opens. By concentrating your intake into distinct, protein-rich meals, you give the door the powerful shove it needs, sending a clear, unambiguous signal to your body: build muscle now. Now that you understand these two golden rules, the timing window and the pacing threshold, the question becomes, how do you effortlessly put them into practice? In the next part, I'll give you a simple, delicious sample day of eating that hits these targets perfectly, from a powerhouse breakfast to a muscle-repairing bedtime snack, proving just how easy this can be. Let's put those rules into practice. Here is what a simple, powerful, and delicious day of eating for muscle health looks like. Notice how little cooking is actually required. Morning, the power breakfast. Start your day with a bowl of plain Greek yogurt. Top it with a generous handful of pumpkin seeds and a few tablespoons of hemp hearts. This single meal takes less than 2 minutes to prepare and is a nutritional masterpiece. You get over 30 grams of protein, combining the fast-acting whey and the slow-burning casein. You get the zinc and magnesium from the seeds to optimize your hormones and muscle function. And you get the perfectly balanced omega fats from the hemp hearts to start your day in an anti-inflammatory state. Midday, the sustaining lunch. This could be a warm bowl of pre-made lentil soup, with half a cup of leftover cooked quinoa stirred in. This meal is all about sustained energy and plant-based power. The combination of lentils and quinoa delivers a complete protein profile, while the complex carbs and fiber keep your blood sugar stable and your energy levels high throughout the afternoon, preventing the dreaded midday slump. Afternoon, the recovery snack. Imagine you've just returned from a walk or spent an hour in the garden. Your muscles are now in that golden window. Your perfect snack is a cup of cottage cheese. Eaten now, its massive 25-gram dose of casein protein goes directly to work, shutting down muscle breakdown and kicking the recovery process into high gear. Evening, the rebuilding dinner. A simple yet powerful dinner could be a can of sardines served over a bed of quinoa, perhaps with a side of steamed vegetables. This meal replenishes your energy stores with the high-quality carbs from the quinoa and delivers a potent 1-2 punch of muscle-building protein and anti-inflammatory omega-3s from the sardines, setting the stage for nighttime repair. Before bed, the overnight crew. About 30 minutes before you turn in, have a small bowl of cottage cheese or Greek yogurt. This is your final, strategic move. You are providing that slow drip of amino acids to ensure your body's natural repair cycle has all the materials it needs to work through the night. This is just one example of a perfect day. The beauty of this system is its flexibility. You don't need to eat these exact meals every single day. But there is one crucial number, a daily protein target that research has shown is non-negotiable for seniors who want to build and maintain strength. It's higher than the standard government recommendation, and in the next part, I'll reveal exactly what that number is and how these 7 foods make hitting it surprisingly easy and affordable. So, what is that non-negotiable daily protein target for seniors? The standard government recommendation that most people hear is about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. But recent, cutting-edge research in aging has shown that this is merely the bare minimum to prevent a deficiency. It is not the optimal amount needed to fight sarcopenia and actively build strength. The scientific consensus for active aging is significantly higher, 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. Let's translate that into plain English. For a person weighing 150 pounds, that's a target of 68 to 82 grams of protein every single day. For a 180-pound person, it's 82 to 98 grams. This might sound like a lot, but this is what the science says is necessary to give your body the resources it needs to win the battle against muscle loss. And now you can see why our 7 pillars are so powerful. Hitting that 20 to 30 gram per meal threshold suddenly becomes simple. That single cup of Greek yogurt for breakfast. 20 grams. The can of sardines at dinner. 23 grams. That cup of cottage cheese before bed. 25 grams. With just those 3 items, you're already at nearly 70 grams of high-quality protein, hitting your daily target without ever touching an expensive steak or a chalky protein shake. These 7 foods are the affordable, accessible path to optimal protein intake. There is one last crucial element to make this all work: water. You can eat all the protein in the world, but if you're dehydrated, your body cannot use it effectively. Your muscles are 75% water. Proper hydration is essential for nutrient transport and muscle function. Think of it like mixing concrete. You can have the best cement powder, protein, and gravel, minerals, but without water, you just have a useless pile of dust. Aim for at least 8 glasses of water a day. So we have the foods, the blueprint, and the target number. But what does this all truly mean for your life? The benefits go far beyond just having stronger muscles. We're talking about the very currency of your independence. In our final part, we'll put aside the numbers and talk about what you're really building: a future free from fear, full of vitality, and lived on your own terms. Remember that moment of betrayal? The jar lid that wouldn't turn, the grocery bag that felt too heavy. What we're building here, with these 7 simple foods, is the power to erase those moments. We are building the strength to carry your own groceries with confidence, the power to lift a grandchild high into the air, the stability to navigate an icy sidewalk without a flicker of fear. This isn't about vanity, it's about the profound, priceless feeling of self-reliance. It is the ability to live in your own home, on your own terms, for as long as you choose. The journey to reclaim that power doesn't require a gym membership or a cabinet full of expensive, unpronounceable supplements. It requires a trip to your local grocery store. Your toolkit for independence is waiting for you: the dual-action protein of Greek yogurt, the anti-inflammatory power of sardines, the fuel-optimizing magic of lentils, the overnight repair crew in cottage cheese, the mineral catalysts in pumpkin seeds, the complete protein energy of quinoa, and the perfectly balanced superfats of hemp hearts. The most beautiful truth in all of this is that it is never too late to begin. Your muscles are one of the most responsive tissues in your body. They are always waiting for the signal to grow stronger. Groundbreaking studies have shown that men and women in their 90s can still build significant muscle mass with proper nutrition and activity. Your body has not forgotten how to be strong, it's just waiting for the right building blocks. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small. Pick just one of these pillars this week. Maybe you swap your morning cereal for Greek yogurt with pumpkin seeds. Or you try a bowl of lentil soup for lunch. Each meal is an investment in your future self. It's a declaration that your best, strongest days are not behind you. If this journey of discovery has been valuable, please share it with the friends and family who you wish to see thrive alongside you. Every meal is an opportunity. And with this knowledge, you now have the power to make every meal an act of defiance against weakness, a choice for strength, for vitality, and for a life lived with the unshakable confidence that comes from knowing you are in control.